Hello guys, welcome back to session 6 of the Leo Key Stage 2 Virtual Athletics Club. I hope you've all had a good week and you got on well with last week's session. Now for this week's session, going to stick to the same format. We'll do a warm-up, then we'll do our running drill, then our throwing drill, and then we'll finish off with our jumping drill, okay? Now, for your warm-up today, all you will need 4 cones, okay? Flat cones ideally, but if you've got different size cones to what I've got, that's fine, okay? If they can all be the same colour as well, that would be perfect, but if not, it's not a massive problem, okay? As long as you've got 4 pieces of equipment that you can mark out the circuit and safely run around, then that's fine. You can use whatever you've got with you, okay? So you just need 4 cones, okay? So once you've got your 4 cones, come back to the video and I'll go through what we're going to do for our warm-up, okay? I will see you all in a bit. Right, for our warm-up today, okay, we are going to recap a bit of what we've done in our running drill last week, okay? So we're going to do the shuttles for our warm-up to get our bodies nice and warm and get the blood pumping around our bodies and into our muscles, okay? But we're going to do it on a smaller scale. So with your 4 cones, you're going to put one of them over at your start point. So mine is here. And then you're just going to walk 3 steps forward. Put your second cone down. Another 3 steps forward. Third cone down. And a final 3 steps forward. To put your 4th cone down. And then make sure that they're all in a nice straight line. Okay? And for your warm-up, you're going to start down at your start point. Okay, so my start point is down there. Can be this end if you want. It's totally up to you where you want to start. But from your start point, you'll go to the first cone, back, second cone, back, third cone, back. Okay? And you're going to do that circuit 3 times, just running. Okay, so I'll do a quick demonstration just so you can see. So from here, it will be first cone, back, second cone, back, third cone, back, and that would be 1 circuit or 1 set, and then I'll go and do another 2 more to make 3. Okay. I want you to pause the video here, go and do that short drill, then come back to the video and I'll explain the next one, okay? So pause the video here. Perfect. Right, so you've done the first part of the warm-up. Second part of the warm-up, same drill, same instructions, but you're not going to be running this time, okay? You're going to be sidestepping. You can choose which way you want to face first to start, but once you've got to one of the cones and touched them, you're going to change direction, okay? So for example, if I was facing this way when doing it, when I get to the cone, I touch the cone, and then on my way back, I turn round. Touch the cone, turn the other way. Make sense? Okay? Again, 3 sets, all right? I'll do a quick demonstration just so you can have a look. So, from my start point, I'm going to face this way first. Side step up to here, touch, and turn. Up to the top, and then turn, okay? Again, 3 sets of that, all right? So, Again, pause the video here and then come back to it once you've done that second part, and I'll explain to you the third part, okay? So pause the video here. Perfect. So, your third part, okay? Again, same instructions, but this time you're going to be doing your high knees. But you're not going to get down to touch the cone, you're going to go round the cone, continuously doing the high knees, and then your way down, you'll be doing your heel flicks, okay? So when you're going up, high knees, on the way down, heel flicks, okay? I'll show you a quick demonstration. So, from my start point on the way up, high knees, round the first cone, heel flicks. Back down to the bottom, high knees, round the cone, heel flicks. Up to the top, high knees, back down, heel flicks. And then stop. Again, that would be one circuit. You're going to do 3 circuits or 3 sets. Okay? Right. Good luck with that. Okay? Take your time. Not looking to see how fast you can do it. More wanting to see if you can do it correctly, perfectly, and at a high tempo pace. Okay? So I don't want you absolutely sprinting into this drill in case you pull a muscle or damage yourself, but you're looking at doing it at a high tempo. So from a 75% to a sprint. Okay? Sort of the pace that I was doing it at. I wasn't sprinting trying to go as fast as I can, but I was doing it at a pace where I'm losing my breath a bit after doing it all. Okay? Obviously I know I haven't done all of the sets for each one, but if I was to do all the sets, you'd be out of breath a bit, okay? So yeah, good luck, and then I want you to come back to the video once you've completed all of that, and then we will go into our running drill for this week's session, okay? I'll see you all in a bit. Sweet. Now, for our running drill for this week's session, you will need 8 cones, okay? Again, ideally, all the same colour, but if not, not a problem. If you haven't got cones, just 8 pieces of equipment that you can place down on the floor and it'll be safe to run around them, okay? Now, with your 8 cones, I want you to go and stand at your start point. Then, from your start point, you'll put 1 cone down. You'll turn to your right, you'll take 1 step forward, put a cone down. 1 step forward, put your 3rd cone down. 1 step forward, 4th cone down. 1 step forward, 5th cone down. Now, make sure that those 5 cones are in a nice straight line, and then from your 5th cone you're going to take 6 steps forward. And then you'll put your 6th cone down. Now, from your 6th cone, I want you to turn and face the first cone that you put down, okay? So you should be facing it with a diagonal line if you was to draw the line with a pen on a piece of paper, and you're going to take 6 steps towards that first cone. Now, once you've made your 6 steps, you're going to put your 7th cone down, and that 7th cone should be in line with the 2nd cone that you put down. Okay? Then from your 7th cone, you're going to face forward, and you're going to take 6 steps forward. And you'll put your 8th cone down. Now, that 8th cone isn't going to be in line with the 6th cone that you put down. Okay? So So just take from your 7th cone 6 steps forward and put your 8th cone down, but make sure that your 8th cone is in line with the 7th and 2nd cone that you put down. Okay? So I know that was quite a few instructions there, but your circuit should look a bit like this. Let me just get out of the way so you can see. So you've got your line of 5 cones, then from your 5th cone, you've got your 6th cone, which is 6 steps in front of it. Your 7th cone is 6 steps back in a diagonal line, and then it should be in line with the 2nd cone that you put down. And then your 8th cone is 6 steps in front of the 7th cone that you put down. Okay? Now, once you've got that all set up, I want you to come back to the video and I will go through the instructions for our running drill for this week's session. Okay? So I will see you all in a bit. Now, our running drill for this week, moving on from last week's running drill that we done with the straight shuttles and the lateral shuffles, we're going to extend it now to sort of a bit of shuttles, but there's a bit more dynamic to the shuttles now. Okay? So what you'll do, you'll start at your start point, which will be the first cone that you put down, and with your line of 5 cones, you're going to do high knees over the 5 cones. When you get to the 5th cone, you're then going to run up to the 6th, touch it, down at a diagonal to the 7th cone, then up to the 8th cone, and then you'll finish there. Okay? So, if I was to go, it would be and then I'd finish. Okay? So that would be one set. And you're going to do that sequence 5 times. Okay? So you'll do 5 sets of that. So once you get to this one and finish, you have a nice walk back down to the start, little 3-second breather, and then you go again. Okay? So I want you to go off, do those 5 sets for me, remembering high knees over the 5 cones, and then running to the 3 cones. Then I want you to come back to the video, okay? So I want you to pause the video here. Perfect. So the next part to this drill, same instructions, but this time you're not going to be doing your high knees, okay? You're going to be sort of to the right of your start cone, okay? Then you're going to weave in and out of the cones, but you're going to be facing that way, okay? So it's sort of like a sideways weave, okay? So I'm not facing forward and doing it. I'm starting to the right of the cone, and then I'm going to be facing that way, going in and out of the cones. Then run into the 3 cones in front of me, okay? So I'll show you a little demonstration. So from here, it's weaving to the side, up to there, touch, touch, touch. Then I have my 3 seconds to walk down to here, 3 seconds breather here, then I'll go again to do my 5 sets, okay? So go off, do your 5 sets of the sideways weave in and out of the cones, and then come back to the video and we will go through the final part of our running drill. So I want you to pause the video here. Perfect. Final part to this drill. Again, same drill, same instructions, but just a different starter, okay? This time, it's a quick one, all right? Very short shuttle, okay? So you'll be facing forwards, okay? And it will be step, back, step, back, step to the third one, back, step to the fourth one, back. Now another fourth one, the distance is quite fast. I'm not wanting you to stretch all the way over, okay? It will be a quick step, back, okay? So it's sort of like shuttles, doing it sideways, touching each cone and then coming back. Then from here you'll go up to there and off you'll go to touch the 3 cones in front. So a little demonstration, it's there, back. And then you'll go off, touch, 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 and then you get your breather. So with that first bit, you're not going down to touch the cones, your foot is just going in line with the cone, back to the next one, back, and so on, okay? So 5 sets of that one, and then come back to the video, and I will go through what we're going to do for our throwing drill for this week's session, okay? Take your time with that. Like I've said before, don't rush it. Make sure you do it correctly and perfectly. And of course, test yourself with this. Test your speed. But don't go too crazy that you A, do it wrong, and B, injure yourselves. Okay? Good luck, and I will see you all in a bit. Cool. So, for our throwing drill for this week's session, the equipment that you need is 1 tennis ball or a small ball that you're able to throw and catch with, and a wall that you can throw the ball against, okay? So make sure it's not a wall that's got any pictures hanging up on or any tiles, etc., because we don't want to cause any damage, okay? Make sure it's a wall that if you throw the ball against it, it's not going to damage it, okay? Now, from that wall, you will need 1 cone, okay? So, your 1 cone, you will measure the distance from where you want to throw from, okay? So, for myself, if I was going to measure it, I would take 1 big step out, okay? So it'd be there. So that would be the first point that I will throw from, okay? So, with my tennis ball, just going to use my left hand, okay? So my right hand will go behind my back, and I'm just going to do an underarm throw, working on the throws that we done last week, but putting it into a different drill and scenario this time, okay? So only using my left hand. You don't have to have your other hand behind your back. You can just have it down by your side if you want. You're going to do 10 underarm throws, bouncing the ball off the wall and catching it, okay? So I'll do a couple of them for a demonstration. Now, I'm glad that happened, because I wanted to make sure that if a mistake like that happens, that's fine. So I put a bit too much power in it, because as it hit the wall, it just went flying back past me, okay? So it means I need to take a bit of power off of my underarm throw there. And so on, okay? So I do 10 of them, okay? I took the power off of that first throw that I done to make sure that the ball came back to me and I was able to catch it, okay? With my knees as well, as I started throwing, I bent my knees to make sure that I was able to catch and I wasn't too sort of straight that it'd make it harder for me to catch the ball. So just by bending my knees, just gives me that little bit of bounce and spring on my toes to make sure I'm able to move nice and freely to catch the ball when it bounces off of the wall, okay? So 10 throws and catches against the wall using only your left hand. So just like the running drill, I want you to pause the video here when I say, and then come back to it and I'll explain the next part of this drill, okay? So pause the video here. Perfect. Right, next part to this drill. Again, same instructions, but this time going to be using your right hand. Okay, 10 throws and catches against the wall. Again, with your knees bent and not too much power, so that you're able to catch the ball. Okay, so 10 throws and catches against the wall. Then come back to the video and I will go through the last part to this drill. Okay, so again, when I say to pause the video, pause it, go off and do your 10 catches with your right hand only. Okay, pause it here. Perfect. Now, last part to this drill. Gonna put it together, both parts together. Okay, so if I was to start with my left hand, I will throw with my left hand, catch with my right hand, throw with my right hand, catch with my left hand. Okay, again, practicing the underarm throw. And so on. Okay, so I'll do 10 of them. All right, then your next part, okay, will be those 3 drills, or the 3 parts to this drill that we've just done. You will do them all again, but you'll make the distance a little bit longer. So from where you're standing now, you'll pick your cone up, you'll do 1 big step again and put the cone down. Then you will practice the same drill using your left hand only and your right hand only, and then putting them both together, throwing with your left, catching with your right, but you'll be doing the overarm throw now. Okay, so I'll do a quick demonstration for that, and then I'm going to tell you to go off and do the whole of this drill with the underarm and overarm on your own, and then you'll come back to the video to do the jumping drill. Okay, so I'll just do a quick demonstration with the overarm. It's there. And so on, and then if I was putting them both together, may have to catch it with an underarm action, and so on. Okay? So, give that a go. Remember, we're doing from 1 step away, which was about here, doing underarm left, underarm right, underarm both, so throwing with your left, catching with your right, 10 times each, then taking 1 more big step out and doing your overarm, 10 on your left, 10 on your right, 10 on both. Okay? So, take your time with that, alright? Make sure you don't drop the ball. So your challenge is to not let that ball drop at all. Okay, so take your time, don't rush it, make sure it's done correctly and perfectly. Then, when you're done, come back to the video and we will go through the jumping drill for this week's session. Okay? I will see you all in a bit. So, for your jumping drill for this week's session, the equipment that you need is 3 cones, or 3 of the pieces of equipment that you've been using to act as cones, and then you need 2 pieces of equipment that you can jump over safely. So, for example, I'm using 2 buckets, okay, that we store our bibs in. Now, if you don't have any buckets or any pieces of equipment that you can use to jump over, you could just use a big pile of clothing. So let's say these bibs were all clothing. So you could put these all on the floor in a pile to act as an obstacle that you'd have to jump over. Okay? So if you haven't got buckets or a piece of equipment to jump over, then you can just use a pile of clothing. Now, with your 3 cones, you are going to go down to the start point that you use for every drill that we've been doing. So I go over to my start point and I put my first cone down. Now, working on the same drill that we done last week, we're going to do our 3 jumps that go in a zigzag, balancing on one foot when we land to place our cones down. Okay? So from my first cone, I'm going to jump to my right, balance on one leg, and put my second cone down. Then from my second cone, I'm going to jump to my left and put my third cone down. Then from my third cone, I will then get my 2 obstacles. And from my first cone, I will take 1 step forward, place my first obstacle down, stand in front of that obstacle, and take another 1 step forward, and place my second obstacle down. Okay, so it should look a bit like that. I've got my 3 cones placed down, and then my 2 pieces of equipment are acting as my obstacles. Okay, once you've set this up, I want you to come back to the video and I will go through what you're going to do for our jumping drill this week. Okay, I will see you all in a bit. Perfect. So for our jumping drill, nice and easy. Okay, you'll start down at your start point. You'll jump to your first cone. Remember, trying to balance on one leg. Jump to your second cone. Then you'll jump over your first obstacle and over your second obstacle. Then you'll run back down to your start point, and that would have been 1 set. Okay? And you are going to do this for 10 sets. But your challenge when jumping over the obstacles is again to land on 1 foot. Okay? So really practice on that balance. And once you've jumped over your obstacle or to a cone and you're on your 1 leg, I want you to balance and hold it for 3 seconds. Okay? So I'll show you a quick demonstration. So if I was to start from here, I'm jumping there, 1, 2, 3, there, 1, 2, 3. At this point you can then put your 2 feet down, jumping over that one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I run back to the start to then begin my second set. Okay? If you want to really challenge yourself, from here, when you've landed, you can then go from that 1 foot over the obstacle, okay? But just be careful that you don't hurt yourself, okay? Take your time with this drill. The aim is to not see how fast you can do it. You need to be able to complete the circuit / drill correctly and perfectly without hurting yourself, okay? That's the last thing that I want to happen to any of you, okay? So take your time with this. You're doing 10 circuits and 10 sets of that, okay? And then I want you to come back to the video once you've done that, okay? So I will see you all in a bit. Perfect. Well done today. I hope you've enjoyed this week's session. We will have another session coming out next week. Whether that will be myself or Mr. Wicks, I'm not 100% sure yet, but whoever it is, we will do another session for you, okay? So give this week's session a go, and if you want, give last week's session and the sessions before that another go as well. Keep practicing, okay? Like they say, practice makes perfect, and I've probably said that quite a few times. Now, hope you're all safe and well, and you're getting stuck in to all the sessions that we have done for you, both in athletics, in the football, in the fitness one, a load of other ones that we've done, okay? But I will see you all next week, okay? Stay safe and take care.